Hey y'all, I'm Ariel and welcome back to SoulThis Happen. Today we're keeping it super simple. I'm going to teach you how to make semi-homemade donuts with a vanilla glaze and a cinnamon sugar coating. Let's get started. So like I said, these donuts are super easy. It'll take you about 10 to 15 minutes from start to finish, and you only need a few ingredients. You'll need a can of Glaze biscuits. I prefer the flaky home style, but if you like any other kind, have at it. For the glaze, you'll need a cup of powdered sugar, about 1/8 of a cup, maybe a tad bit more of milk, and a teaspoon of vanilla. For the cinnamon sugar, you'll need a 1/2 cup of sugar and a heaping tablespoon of cinnamon. Let's go. So before we fry up those donuts, we're gonna go ahead and get started on our glaze. You'll have this done in 5 minutes flat, maybe less than that. So to start, I have a cup of powdered sugar in my bowl already. To that, I'm gonna add my 1/8 cup of milk. You may need a little more, depending on your consistency. I like it really smooth, so it makes it easy for the donuts to dip in. So with my whisk, I'm gonna go ahead and incorporate that like such. And then you just whisk it until all that sugar is evenly incorporated till it's smooth. You don't see those, I'm not gonna say granules, but the powder is all dissolved in the milk. And scrape those sides down if you need to. You don't want any powdery parts, any of that powdered sugar hitting your tongue. You just want a smooth consistency. And it might get a little messy. It is powdered sugar, it gets everywhere, but that's the fun in it, right? Hit all sides of that bowl. I'm gonna make sure I got every drippity drop of my milk. Get that in there too. Glaze is looking pretty good. And now if you just like a sugar glaze, you could leave it like this, but I like a little vanilla flavoring, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a teaspoon of that now. And if you wanted to switch it up, you can do some lemon extract, some orange extract. It's really up to you. These are so versatile. Go ahead and get that in there. It's honestly what your heart desires. You could do a chocolate glaze. Anything you want. So our glaze looks pretty good right now. I'm gonna leave it like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started on our cinnamon sugar. Move that to the side. And this is literally 2 seconds flat. So in my bowl, I have a 1/2 cup of sugar. To this, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. If you're making more donuts, you can always double the recipe. But since I'm gonna coat these in about 1/2 a can, I don't need that much. Go ahead and sprinkle that over. Gonna grab a fork to incorporate that together. Grab my fork and mix it all together. You just want it even, so when you coat your donuts, you don't have too much cinnamon on one part or too much sugar on the other. It's even, so it's that beautiful sandy color. No streaks of cinnamon. And I think we're ready to prep our donuts. Now on to our donuts. This part used to always scare me as a kid. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I used to hate the biscuits popping. My siblings used to like it, but they're weird, so. Now we're gonna find the seam to open up our donuts. Sometimes I get lucky and it pops right away. Sometimes I gotta pop it myself like this. And so I can do like my mom, and she just taps it on the table, or you can use a spoon, but my mama did it just fine. So I'm gonna do it like that, tap it, and it did it. So we are going to separate our biscuits. In this pack you get 8. So we're gonna go ahead and separate all 8 segments and get the ones that are stuck to the top. Get this out of my way. So let's go ahead and separate our 8. Sometimes they're like super smushed together, and that's fine. These don't have to be perfect. So in this part, the best part, we'll make our donuts. If you have cookie cutters, you can use those to make the circle or take the circle out of them. I don't have a cookie cutter right now, but I do have a really clean bottle cap that I cleaned this morning, and I'm gonna use that to make my donut holes. So just like how it seems, you can have the kids do this, you can do it, it doesn't matter really. So you just take your bottle cap and you're gonna go right in the middle, press it through until it starts to come out on the other side. Give it a twist if you need to, like that. And now we have our donuts. These little things also make the cutest donut hole, so don't throw these away. And we're just gonna do all this to all of our donuts. Again, a firm press, a twist if you have to. Get that center out. Push it through if you need to. Uh-oh. And like I said, they make the cutest little donuts. You can't even tell that you didn't make these yourself. Fool everybody. Make a cute brunch. Don't work harder, work smarter. All of our donuts are done, so now we're gonna go ahead and take them over to the fryer. In a cast iron skillet, heat some vegetable oil to 350 degrees. Once the oil is hot, place the donuts in the pan to fry. Remember, when you're frying food, lay it away from you so you don't burn yourself. I fried about 4 at a time, but you can fry more or less depending on the size of your pan. I let these donuts fry for about a minute to a minute and a half per side. You can tell when it's time to flip because you'll start seeing browning in the hole and the outer sides of the donut. Remove the donuts from the oil and allow to drain on a cooling rack over paper towels. Our donuts are done and they look gorgeous. This is the fun part. You can get super creative with this. You don't have to do the glaze and the cinnamon sugar like I'm gonna toss them in. You can do a chocolate glaze. You can decorate with sprinkles, whatever your heart desires. Go crazy. But this is a recipe that you can make all of your own. But now, how I like them, and my cinnamon sugar and my glaze. So I'm gonna start with the cinnamon sugar first because it's best if they coat better if you toss them while they're slightly warm. So I'm gonna take my slightly warm donuts. They look so pretty. And I'm gonna toss them in the cinnamon sugar. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty with this. This is something if you don't like to get your hands dirty and you got a kid who does, let your babies do it. Shake that off. They look so pretty. And you get a can of 8, so I'm gonna go ahead and do 4 each. Just go ahead and give them a good toss. Good toss, flip that over. Toss them on the other side. Just get all of them, all that cinnamon sugar crusted all over it. So pretty. And people won't even know that you didn't work that hard to do it. Just say, I made donuts, you wanna come over? Everybody will think you're so fancy. I almost forgot about my donut holes too. They came out so cute. So cute. Toss those in there as well. I'm gonna do 4 of those. Give them a good little shake around. And those are coated too. Move my stuff over. And now let's get started with the glaze. Let's just get this out the way. And the glaze, nice and thick. It should hold on your donuts pretty nicely. So just go ahead and dip one side. Shake it a little bit in there. If you like to just dip one side, you can do that. But I'm gonna go all in. Go ahead and give it a little twist. Turn it in that glaze. And it's best that you set the glazed ones on a wire rack so that excess can just go ahead and drip off. It doesn't make the bottom of your donut soggy. These look pretty good for some canned biscuit though, I'm not even gonna lie. And last but not least, our 4 little donut holes. And go ahead, just throw those in and give them a good little toss. Your hands will get a little messy doing this. You can use a fork if you like. This is the best part to me. Now that those are coated, take those out. Put them right where we put our donuts. And now I'm gonna go ahead and go wash my hands. Be right back. See, did I lie to you? I told you that these would be done in 10 to 15 minutes flat. Look how pretty they are. So now, we only got one thing to do. Let's taste them. I'm gonna go ahead and do the cinnamon sugar first. Hear that crispity crunch of it? So good. All right, let's go. It's so good. It's like so airy. Those layers make it so airy and so crispy. Perfect. So perfect. I'm gonna finish this. Give me a second. It's great. Okay. Now this is a little piece of the glaze. Also very pretty. That glaze hardened on it very well. You don't have the crispy crunch because of the glaze. Still pretty on the inside though. Let's go ahead and give this a taste too. I don't know which one I like better. That glaze though, fire. Okay, thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I hope to see you all recreate this in the future. I've only been on YouTube for about a week now, but I already have over 115 subscribers. I just want to say thank you so much for your love and your encouraging words. Because of you, I'll keep putting out good content like this. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. Thank you again. Have a good day. Be safe. Bye.